With the volume of rounds that are being fired in the community, clearly that creates a risk.
More shots fired in Madison overnight after the police chief again calls for an end to the gun violence.
Plus, a new initiative kicks off today, helping to make it easier for people of color to own their homes.
And we got a lot of sunshine coming our way for today, but storms will return as we go into the weekend. I'll have the forecast coming up.
This is News 3 Now this morning.
Good Thursday morning, folks. Thanks for joining us on this August 6th. I'm Leah Lynchide.
And I'm Chris Stanford. We start this half hour with breaking news overnight as Madison police are once again investigating a shots fired incident on the city's west side.
I'm Josh Ryder, tracking these new developments in the alert center this morning, where police say multiple people called in reporting about a half dozen gunshots just after 11:30 last night. It all happened on Park Heights Court, just across the street from Elver Park. That's also just a couple of blocks away from Madison Police West District. Witnesses say they saw a dark car speed away, knocking over garbage cans as it drove off. Someone else was seen running from the scene into Elver Park. Officers did find a few shell casings from a handgun in the area. If you have any information, you're asked to call Madison Area Crime Stoppers.
Now, this comes after acting police chief Vic Wall once again called for an end to the city's spike in gun violence at a press conference just yesterday.
Police are still investigating the shooting at Garner Park at a celebration of life for a murder victim. That sent 3 people to the hospital. 2 arrests have been made, but police say those 2 men may not have been involved in the actual shooting. In the meantime, we're hearing from the family of the man who was remembered that night. Maurice Bauman was shot and killed almost 2 weeks ago on Schrader Road. His family says they didn't anticipate so many people to show up to remember him, and they don't want the shooting to give people a bad impression of him or his family.
It definitely got full here really fast, and not every person here was related to Maurice. And I don't want this to be a reflection of Maurice, because this was not Maurice's repass that we came up here and we were in gang mode and we were in fighting mode. That's not what happened.
That is Bowman's aunt, Jessie Ann. She's calling for all of the violence across the city to end. Madison police say they are continuing to investigate.
Happening today, the Urban League of Greater Madison is announcing a multi-million-dollar initiative to increase black homeownership in the city. Officials from the Urban League will be joined by Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway, Common Council President Sherry Carter, and others to announce the $5 million project. A study from the National Association of Realtors earlier this year found Wisconsin had the 3rd lowest rate of black home ownership in the country. Housing prices here in Madison, meanwhile, have gone up 7 years in a row.
6:02 right now. We are hearing from Madison's new superintendent of schools for the first time since officially starting in the role earlier this week. Dr. Carlton Jenkins is the district's first black superintendent and says he knows that there's a lot of work to do in repairing the community's trust in the district.
We made some progress, but there's still progress to come. I'm going to work with our community to be transparent, and I'm going to ask our community to take some responsibility in some of this too. We cannot change a school district just by the people in the school district. It's going to take some individuals from the community participating with us.
Jenkins says that he wants to meet with members of every community to hear their concerns and will personally look for those opportunities. He says he does support the decision to start the school year virtually.
Teachers in Milwaukee are sharing their concerns about what might happen if schools open too soon. Art teacher John Fleisner is painting a pretty grim picture of his fears. He's literally painting tombstones. While Milwaukee public schools are starting the year virtually, he's one of many Milwaukee area teachers who are worried about what's going to happen beyond that initial period of virtual learning.
It's not an ideal situation, you know. It's like, I wish that we could be in schools teaching. I wish that students could be with us in those schools, but it's not safe right now.
Members of the Milwaukee Teachers Association caravan to the state capitol earlier this week, asking Governor Evers to mandate a virtual start for all schools. The governor says, though, he won't do that. He's leaving the decision up to individual districts.
An elementary school in Minnesota is showing how some in-person classes could return safely. Sumner Elementary in Austin, Minnesota is on a year-round schedule. That means kids start this week. There are plenty of changes. Kids have to wear masks all day except during recess. They also eat breakfast and lunch in their classrooms instead of the cafeteria, and each grade of kids goes in and out of the building in a separate assigned door. Teachers say the young kids have taken well to the new rules.
They're so willing to do what we're asking because they're so happy to be back.
Officials at that school say English is a second language for many of the students, which they felt made it more important to have class in person.
Coming up on 6:05, Aaron White in with your forecast with a beautiful start to the day. Look at that sunrise over downtown this morning.
Yeah, just a really nice day coming our way. We got a lot of sunshine in the forecast, some nice temperatures as well going into the afternoon, and just a beautiful sunrise to start off your Thursday morning. And temperatures are warming up into the 50s right now. We will continue that warm up right into the lunchtime hour, sunny and 76, and still warming up into the upper 70s to a high right around 80 degrees later on today. But it is a cool start on this Thursday morning, down to 55 in Janesville, 55 in Mineral Point, 57 in Boscobel, and a cooler 49 in Camp Douglas. But Doppler radar is dry this morning. That's going to be the story through today and tomorrow, but things are going to change up a little bit going into the weekend. There is a risk of severe weather to our west on Saturday across South Dakota into Nebraska. Potential for a few stronger thunderstorms getting closer to Wisconsin on Saturday. The better threat of severe weather is going to come to play going into the day on Sunday. Storm Prediction Center has highlighted this area in red. This is for a large part of Wisconsin back into Minnesota, Iowa, and the Dakotas, as we are talking about the threat for a complex of thunderstorms to develop in Minnesota and track across Wisconsin going through the late evening hours into the night, Sunday night into early Monday morning. So we'll have to kind of keep an eye on that as things really evolve going into the weekend. And the rest of the First Warn team will have updates on that later on today and through the weekend as well. For us today, though, temperatures pretty nice to start this morning. Again, warming up into the middle 70s, a fair amount of sunshine. Note that southerly wind. That's going to bring that warm air, that humidity back into play later on today. Today's high around 80 degrees. We keep that warm up right on into the end of the week through the weekend. Friday's high around 82 degrees. We will stay dry again until we get towards the weekend. Chance of storms late in the day, Saturday into Saturday night. As I mentioned, though, the better chance of storms will arrive on Sunday with that threat of severe weather, and we continue that warming trend right on through next week. And I gotta say, a lot of storm chances right on through next week, a very active pattern, and honestly, we could use a little bit of rainfall, just not the severe weather.
Little change of seasons, huh? We had some fall this week. We're back to summer, some storms next week.
Yeah, I mean, it really felt different with those temperatures in the 40s to start the other morning, and now we're back to the 80s. You know, it's just kind of a little flip-flop for Wisconsin.
Put that pumpkin spice coffee away, Aaron.
Yeah, I think we're done with that for now. Bring it back in a month.
Thank you, sir. 6:07 now. Another downtown business that was heavily damaged in looting is set to reopen today. Fontana Sports has been closed since June 2nd after being broken into twice by looters. In a Facebook post, they say they still have some work to do to get back to where they were before the looting, but they're ready to reopen at 10 this morning. They're the second State Street area business to reopen this week after months away. Goodman's Jewelers reopened on Monday.
Congress is still trying to reach a deal on the next coronavirus relief bill. The Senate is delaying its recess scheduled for next week in hopes that they can get a bill ready by then. So far, Republicans and Democrats haven't been able to come to an agreement, though, largely split over unemployment benefits. If they can't come to an agreement soon, President Trump says that he's considering an executive order to at least extend the now expired federal moratorium on evictions.
New this morning, Dr. Anthony Fauci says he's cautiously optimistic about how quickly a vaccine for COVID-19 is coming along, but he says he doubts we will ever truly get rid of the coronavirus.
Historically, if you get a vaccine that has a moderate to high degree of efficacy, and you combined with that prudent public health measures, we could put this behind us. I don't think we're going to eradicate this from the planet, Jeff, because it's such a highly transmissible virus that seems unlikely. But what I think
Dr. Fauci tells Reuters that tens of millions of COVID-19 vaccine doses might be available by the early part of next year, possibly billions of doses available by the end of 2021.
6:08 here in Wisconsin. Health officials say 90% of the counties in the state now have what's considered high levels for coronavirus spread. Rock and Green Lake counties are among the few that are only at medium levels of spread. More than 800 new cases were reported yesterday. That brings the state's total since the pandemic began to 57,000. 17% of those cases are active. In the past day, 5.2% of cases came back positive, which is a slight increase from the 4% the day before.
Health officials in La Crosse County say they believe someone there has been reinfected with COVID-19 after already having it. If that turns out to be true, it would be one of the first documented cases of reinfection in the country. Scientists studying the virus haven't been able to confirm any cases of reinfection yet. They think people who reported getting coronavirus more than once were actually just experiencing a flare-up of that original infection. As of last month, the CDC says there were still no confirmed cases of reinfection. Scientists, though, are continuing to look into the possibility.
Public health officials in Dane County say they will not call for tighter restrictions for non-essential businesses and gatherings. The State Journal says the Board of Health met last night declining to take action on calls for tighter restrictions. UW epidemiologist and mother Malia Jones wrote a letter to the board last week saying tighter restrictions would allow schools to reopen in person by the end of the year. She called for another full shutdown of non-essential businesses and gatherings. That letter was co-signed by more than 350 others.
Hellbox Coffee in Middleton back to making headlines this morning. That coffee shop could end up losing its license for refusing to follow the mask mandate. Public Health Madison in Dane County says it's sent Hellbox a notice of intent to revoke their food and drink license. Health officials confirm they've already issued 3 citations to the shop for violating the mask mandate. Hellbox has promised to fight the order and the fines.
2 restaurants in the Wisconsin Dells say they are temporarily shutting down after employees tested positive for COVID-19. The Broadhouse Grill posted the decision on social media, saying staff plans to now work with the local health department. The restaurant will undergo a deep cleaning as well. The Sandbar Wisconsin Dells also had an employee test positive and are also in contact with local health authorities. Well, if you are hoping to head to Noah's Ark in the Dells before the end of the summer, you'll have to find somewhere else or cancel your plans. The nation's largest water park says it will stay closed for the rest of the season after 2 employees tested positive for COVID-19. Staff will use the remainder of the year to prepare for the 2021 season, which is scheduled to begin Memorial Day weekend.
Let's take a look at the roads at 6:11 this morning. Taking a look at the Madison maps right now. Not too bad. We'll take you downtown where we were seeing some delays along John Dolan Drive. Looks like we're up to 42 miles an hour as you come out of the city. If you're hopping on the Beltline from the interstate, looking at moving at posted speeds this morning. That is your first warn traffic.
6:11 now, and coming up, the pandemic means members of the Green Bay Packers are going to have to get used to being homebodies. We're going to tell you why that won't be a problem for one of the team's stars.
And there may not be many, if any, people jumping around Camp Randall this fall. We'll share how businesses near the stadium are bracing for a big drop in business.
The Golf Range and Suites of By-10's Golfland provide safe fun. Golf range buckets and balls are sanitized after each use, and high-touch areas are regularly sanitized. Full grill and bar service is provided safely to your golf suite by wait staff. Try fun, easy-to-play Top Tracer games like Go Fish, only at By-10's Golfland.
Dear Summer, how do I make the most of you? Do I kick back and relax? Or climb new mountains? I could go and get dirty. Or switch into new lanes. One thing's for sure, it's gonna be great. Can't wait. Toyota.
Right now, you can get 1.9% financing for 60 months on a new 2020 RAV4 or RAV4 Hybrid. Toyota.
Do you have a coffee smile? Drinking coffee causes yellow teeth for thousands of people just like you. And whitening toothpaste just doesn't make those stains go away. Introducing Power Swabs, the first teeth whitening system that lifts coffee stains off your teeth in less than 5 minutes without whitening strips or trays.
I've smoked, I've drank coffee, I drink red wine. It makes my teeth darker. And using Power Swabs, it's made a difference. People ask me, what do you do to whiten your teeth? And I'm really proud to tell them that I use Power Swabs.
This didn't sting, it didn't burn, it didn't have an aftertaste. It was just a swab, and I just got to rub it on my teeth, and that was it.
The Secret is a tooth detergent and whitening agent developed by Dr. Martin Ginneker that lifts stains off of your teeth. Power Swabs remove stains on natural teeth, veneers, bonding, caps, and crowns. The best part is you just swab your teeth for 5 minutes and you'll have whiter teeth. No more sitting at home with a whitening strip or tray in your mouth for 30 minutes twice a day.
So with the strips I've used in the past, most of them are like you got to leave it on for 30 minutes and the whole experience is just not comfortable. But with power swabs, I just snapped it open and rubbed it on and it was good to go.
When I used these whitening strips, I noticed when I would drink, I would get this crazy sensitivity. It would go right to my brain and I'm like, I hate this. So why do I have to go through the monstrosity of this pain just because I want to whiten my teeth? With power swabs, there was zero sensitivity.
Within the first day with the power swab, I noticed there was a difference. I really love the fact that you're able to go individually on each tooth and make sure that it's going to be wider.
Call for your 5-minute solution to whiter teeth. Whiten your teeth today by ordering power swabs and receive 40% off the regular price. Yes, 40% off the regular price. Shipping is free, plus you'll receive a free Quick Stick pen. Visit powerswabs.com or call the number on your screen.
By10's Golfland offers 3 award-winning 18-hole miniature golf courses, 2 outside and 1 inside, all open day and night. Have peace of mind. Miniature golf clubs and balls are sanitized after each use, and high-touch areas are regularly sanitized. Enjoy safe fun for everyone at By10's Golfland.
6:15 this morning, and developing right now, French President Emmanuel Macron is in Lebanon this morning as the search for survivors following the deadly explosion in Beirut extends into another day. The Lebanese army is now using bulldozers trying to clear the roads around the city's port after it was leveled by the deadly blast. Government officials there say they believe an accidental fire ignited a stockpile of ammonium nitrate. The explosion killed at least 135 people and wounded more than 5,000.
You can likely cross Facebook off the list of possible buyers for TikTok. That's because they've just started their own version of the video sharing app. They launched Instagram Reels yesterday. This allows users to post 15-second videos that they've edited and added effects to. Facebook owns Instagram, and last month, CEO Mark Zuckerberg didn't deny that his company takes ideas from others to make their own. President Trump is trying to get TikTok banned in the U.S. unless the Chinese-based company sells to an American buyer.
A lot of people have been switching to virtual doctor visits since the COVID-19 pandemic started, but those types of visits might not be for everybody. A new study published in the journal JAMA found the most vulnerable population for the virus might be the most disadvantaged by telehealth. They found more than 13 million older Americans weren't ready for the switch to virtual visits due to their inexperience with technology, maybe some hearing problems or trouble speaking. The study found phone visits were more effective than video calls, but they still had their limitations as well.
Coronavirus canceling plans for another tradition later this year. The Radio City Rockettes say they have to cancel their annual Christmas show because of the virus. Organizers announced the Radio City Christmas Spectacular in New York won't be happening. This is the first time in the show's history it's been canceled. They're hoping it's only a 1-year cancellation. Tickets for next year's show are already on sale, while tickets for this year are being refunded.
6:17 on your Thursday. Aaron White enjoying some time out on the patio and really just a nice start out there. Beautiful day on the way.
Yeah, it certainly is. I mean, it's a really nice morning out here. We got temperatures starting off into the upper 40s and lower 50s, and we got really nice weather coming our way for the rest of today. In fact, dry conditions, a lot of sunshine, and temperatures warming up into the 70s, maybe even around 80, but starting off this morning, again, upper 40s and lower 50s. We are also going to see some changes come into play after today and tomorrow as we see rain chances increasing for the weekend, back up to near 40 to 50% by Sunday and even into Monday, and the rain chances will continue right on into next week. We are also tracking the risk of thunderstorms going into Saturday. There is a chance for at least a few thunderstorms coming in late Saturday afternoon into Saturday evening. A better chance of storms will arrive as we get into Sunday. Sunday morning starting off dry, but watching the potential for a complex of thunderstorms to develop in Minnesota, and those storms will likely track across Wisconsin going into late Sunday into Sunday night. It's going to bring the potential for severe weather as well. We could be talking about some damaging wind gusts and heavy rainfall going to be the biggest concerns as we get into Sunday. So you're going to have to keep an eye on this. An eye on the forecast as likely will change once we get closer to Saturday and even Sunday. So the rest of the First Warn team will likely have updates on that later on today and through the next couple of days as this situation really evolves going into Sunday.
All right. Keeping an eye out. Thank you, Aaron White. Well, as UW Athletics is planning for the possibility of a fall football season with fewer or even no fans, businesses that rely on that support are looking ahead as well.
Buckingham's co-owner Scott Nerat says Badger football home games bring in 30% of the Regent Street's bar's earnings in a single year. He doesn't think fall football is really likely, and he's sad at the prospect of missing out on a usual season, but he says he'd rather the season be pushed to spring when pandemic conditions might be better.
I mean, it's a tough year for everybody. But I mean, we just got to deal with what we got and do the best we can.
A recent report says each home football game usually provides around $16 million in total economic impact to the state's economy. As of now, the Badgers are scheduled to start their season September 4th at Camp Randall against Indiana.
NFL players have until 4 o'clock this afternoon to opt out of the upcoming season because of coronavirus concerns. So far, wide receiver Devin Funchess is the only Packers player who says he won't play. Another receiver, Pro Bowler Devontae Adams, says he's thought about opting out, but says he's ready to play, even if it means staying home when he's not on the field. The Packers star receiver says he's perfectly content playing video games and, in his words, being a hermit.
You know, not to flex on anybody, but there's not much that I needed to leave the house for. So, you know, I got my Xbox there, so I can kind of get it in and just do me at my house and, you know, work out, do all that stuff and anything I need to leave the house for that I absolutely need to. But being in Green Bay, I mean, it's a beautiful city, but there's not a whole lot out there that's going to drive me outside to put my family at risk at this point. So, hermit it is.
Adams and the rest of the Packers are going to have to wait a little longer than normal to get into game action this year after the NFL canceled the preseason for this year because of the pandemic.
Hermit it is.
Yeah, hermit. He's a hermit. Not to flex on anybody, but I got an Xbox at home.
He's got everything he needs.
All right, coming up, a lot of kids love Cheetos and a lot love mac and cheese. So why not put them together, right? Well, coming up, we're going to tell you about that new creation.
And coming up in our next half hour, we're taking a look at the political divide when it comes to whether your kid should start the school year in person. Stay with us. News 3 Now This Morning is back after a quick break.
The nursing degree, helping others, went from a job to a career.
This right here is confidence in a bottle. It just gives you such a boost of confidence.
Not only does it change you on the outside, but something in the inside, knowing that you're looking better.
It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt in my life.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Well, today we're going to see one for ourselves and let you be the judge. It's called Plexaderm, and lifestyle expert Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and you'll notice the model has bags underneath his eyes and some sagging, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face, and that's how easy it is.
All right, what's the active ingredient?
Okay, so it's silicates that are minerals found in shale rock, and what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes in as little as 10 minutes, no prescriptions, and very little effort. Even watching the video, this is a real it's a model, but it's a real guy with real bags underneath his eyes. And I did this to my father. We were at home. I had the timer on, and we were screaming. 4 minutes, 34 seconds, completely gone.
My real true opinion is holy words I can't say on camera. These lines bother me. They really do. And this is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I could feel it just lifting my skin. It was amazing. It feels good. Feels great. Looks even better.
And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles. So it targets all those problem areas.
So this would be a daily thing, or
it absolutely could be a daily thing, but the way you want to do it is you want to have a clean, dry face. You use a small amount because it's so powerful. You have high school reunions, you have events you want to go to, you want to look years younger, this is it.
At our $14.95 price, it's the best way to try Plexaderm and see it work for yourself after your first application. Your solution is at plexadermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
A1 Furniture and Mattress on Stoughton Road is now open, featuring affordable in-stock name brands for every room, with a huge selection that's hard to beat. That's why we're A1, locally owned and operated since 1980.
The Ford Summer Sales Event is here with great offers on a huge selection, like 0% APR financing for 72 months across the Ford lineup. And get peace of mind with the Ford Promise. It's summer, so grab the family and head out. It's easier now during the Ford Summer Sales Event. Right now, get 0% APR financing for 72 months, plus the peace of mind of the Ford Promise. See your local Ford dealer today.
I want a client who comes in to feel comfortable and to know that their case is in good hands so they can relax and get on with their life as best as they can and let me do the fighting for them. That's how I want them to feel.
Gingras, Thompson, and Walks.
I got a great My Morning to share with you.
You do.
From Tanya McDonald. Ooh. Some ice crystals up in the cloud reflecting some light or something like that Aaron explained to us last hour. It's a beautiful shot. It's gorgeous. Thank you for sending that in, Tanya. Share your morning with us by posting a picture on our social media pages. Use the hashtag MyNews3Morning, and we'll show our favorites on the air.
6:24 now. You might remember yesterday we were talking about Kraft announcing a breakfast mac and cheese. We were a big fan. Well, this morning we're continuing to follow the mac and cheese beat.
Yeah, we're getting real cheesy today. It turns out Kraft might have some competition. Cheetos is launching its own line of mac and cheese. All right, so you've got 3 options to choose from here. Bold and cheesy, flamin' hot, and cheesy jalapeno. The idea actually came from a Cheetos enthusiast who is already using Cheetos to make homemade mac and cheese. PepsiCo owns Cheetos and says sales of Cheetos and other chips have grown by double digits during the pandemic.
How are we feeling about this, guys?
I'd say the flamin' hot ones sound pretty good.
Oh, I don't know.
No?
No, I couldn't do the flamin' hot, probably not the jalapeno, but I probably could do the bold and cheesy.
If you crumble the Cheetos on top of it, that's quite...
What a great idea.
Chris already told us this. I'm co-opting the idea. Sounds quite chef-like, though.
Yeah, you know, add some texture, you know.
Little crunch.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I don't know. My
Makes
kids
up
would
your lunch a
probably
little
like
bit.
that.
I do love my Kraft mac and cheese, though, even though I don't even know. That's not real cheese.
It's good, though. I'm all about buffalo chicken mac and cheese.
Ooh.
You have that buffalo sauce.
Yes,
like,
that's so good.
gives it a little extra kick. So those flamin' hot ones, I'd be all for that.
Oh, that sounds good. There's going to be some extra kick in that forecast as we look forward to the weekend here.
Yeah, I mean, look at that sunrise. We got a beautiful start to the day, and we will continue that nice weather right on through this afternoon as we see temperatures warming up right on through the 60s into the 70s. If my computer loads there, 76 at noon and a high of around 80 later on this afternoon.
Little kick. Thank you, Arian. Stay with us. Your cheesy newscast coming back after the break.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
You ever seen damage just disappear? Well, you're in luck. Act now. Maaco is offering their best price guarantee. Uh-oh, better get Maaco.
The Ford Summer Sales Event is here with great offers on a huge selection, like 0% APR financing for 72 months across the Ford lineup. And get peace of mind with the Ford Promise. It's summer, so grab the family and head out. It's easier now during the Ford Summer Sales Event. Right now, get 0% APR financing for 72 months, plus the peace of mind of the Ford Promise. See your local Ford dealer today.
Hercules.
I have been expecting you.
And I brought you a gift so you can fight properly. Red Bull.
Oh, how nice
Of you.
but also
Rather.
stupid.
Mine.
Mine.
No, mine.
No, mine.
Mine. Red Bull gives you wings.
When you think of a bank, you think of people in a place. But when you have the Chase mobile app, your bank can be virtually any place. So when you get a check, you can deposit it from here. And you can see your transactions and check your balance from here. You can detect suspicious activity on your account from here. And you can pay your friends back from here. So when someone asks you, where's your bank? You can tell them, here's my bank. Or, here's my bank, or here's my bank. Because if you download and use the Chase mobile app, your bank is virtually any place. So visit chase.com/mobile.
Today we're facing a serious threat. We have to meet it as one country. Numbers don't lie. Infection rates are now going up in more states than they're going down. We got to fight this together. Wear a mask. Keep your distance. Limit the size of crowds. It may be inconvenient. It may be uncomfortable, but it's the right thing to do as an American. We need a president who will level with the American people. President will tell us the unvarnished truth. President will take responsibility instead of always blaming others. President will listen to the experts, follow the science, allow them to speak. President will lead, be an example for the nation. We have to do all we can to keep our fellow Americans safe and healthy. I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
You ever seen damage just disappear? Well, you're in luck. Act now. Mako is offering their best price guarantee. Uh-oh, better get Mako.
Your preferences for a back-to-school plan could depend on your politics. How partisanship could influence parents' priorities ahead of the school year.
And it's a beautiful start on this Thursday. We have some great weather coming our way for today, but changes in the forecast. I'll have details coming up.
This is News 3 Now This Morning.
Hey, good morning, everybody, and a happy Thursday to you. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Leah Lynch. I'm glad you're joining us on this Thursday as we continue to cover back-to-school plans for districts across southern Wisconsin. We're, of course, learning everyone has a different preference on what they think is best for their kids.
Yeah, but now new research shows a person's political affiliation may have something to do with their reasoning. Pew Research Center looked into this and found that Democrats and Republicans consider different factors for back-to-school decisions. This map here, this graphic, shows that 8 in 10 Democrats say the risk to students and teachers of getting or spreading the virus should be given a lot of consideration. Compare that to just under 40% of Republicans. 6 in 10 Republicans are more likely than Democrats to say academic lag should be given more consideration and worry that their kids will miss out on social interaction with classmates.
More than 100 students in a Mississippi school district are quarantining this morning, just over a week after going back to school. The Corinth School District has 2,700 students. A spokesperson says several students and one staff member had tested positive. At least 116 students were in close contact to those people. While they're home, those students won't be allowed to attend school virtually, so that'll put them at least 2 weeks behind on schoolwork. Mississippi has the country's highest test positivity rate, by the way, at more than 25% weekly.
Experts continue to warn us against going out and hosting big parties. So they say, obviously, because it's a dangerous way for the virus to spread more quickly. But some people still aren't listening to that advice. Now the mayor of Los Angeles has a plan, and that's to pull the plug.
We know we can do this, and it doesn't just, we don't show up and suddenly shut people's water and power off, but the city provides that to places that are in criminal violation of public health orders. We have the right to be able to make sure that more lives are not lost.
So, starting tomorrow, Mayor Eric Garcetti says police can ask the city's Department of Water and Power to shut off service to houses and businesses hosting parties. He says the threat of pulling the plug is the only enforcement tool that's worked in discouraging large gatherings. It comes days after a large house party in Los Angeles ended in a shooting where one woman is killed and 2 others were sent to the hospital.
Even with more than 1,000 U.S. COVID-19 deaths daily, testing is falling in at least 22 states. An Associated Press analysis finds the number of daily tests done is 3.6% lower than it was just 2 weeks ago. Officials say it's largely because people don't want to wait hours to get a test or days or weeks to learn the results. This is most common in states like Alabama, Mississippi, and Iowa, where the percentage of positive tests is high and continuing to climb. Health experts say testing demand is just going to increase as students and teachers return to the classroom.
Developing right now at 6:33, we're less than an hour away from the weekly jobs report. We've been digging through this data this morning, and we're not expecting good news today. With states pausing or reversing reopening plans, economists surveyed by Bloomberg say the labor market's recovery is likely losing steam. We're expecting around a 1.42 million initial applications for the unemployment benefits for the week ending on August 1st. This would be a slight drop from the 1.43 million claims we saw the week before. Keep in mind, though, that number is still high. If these estimates are accurate, it would push total initial claims past 55 million since layoffs started mid-March. We'll also get a better sense of what the July looks like when the monthly numbers are released tomorrow.
For roughly 30 million Americans, this is the first week without a weekly $600 unemployment payment from the federal government. Congressional leaders are hoping to change that by tomorrow. Democrats and Republicans say they hope to break the stalemate and come to a deal by the end of the week. That way a bill can pass next week. USA Today reports if an agreement isn't made by tomorrow, Republicans might pause negotiations.
With tens of millions of people out of work and no more unemployment stimulus payments, the pandemic is threatening a new wave of homelessness. 23 million Americans are currently at risk of eviction and exposure to the shelter system. More than 26% of adults didn't know if they would make last month's rent or mortgage payment and have little or no confidence they can pay next month's. Federal moratoriums on evictions expired last week, also adding to those risks.
The economy during the pandemic is taking a toll on most of us, but it is hurting U.S. Latinos more than anyone else. The Pew Research Center's latest survey shows in May, 59% of Latinos polled live in homes where someone lost their job or had their pay cut. 43% of U.S. households said the same thing. Hispanic unemployment rose from 4.8% in February to more than 18.5% in April. That far outpaces the 12.8% April unemployment rate for non-Hispanic white Americans. Unemployment for black Americans peaked at 16.2% the same month. Rising grocery store prices aren't helping folks who are struggling to make ends meet. The price hikes aren't just because people are buying more, it's because of disruptions in the supply chain. Q106 Farm Director Pam Yankee has been reporting on this for months. The disruptions in the chain create scarcities, which then drive up prices. This hit the meat industry especially hard, and the proof is in the receipts. From February to June, you spent nearly 11% more on poultry and meat. For veal and beef, it spiked at 20%. And it's not just meat, it's things like eggs, vegetables, and cereals, too.
Business owners in Milwaukee are also hurting this morning after Joe Biden's decision to cancel his trip to the city. The former vice president would have accepted his nomination in less than 2 weeks. Local restaurants and bars are already struggling during the pandemic. They were relying on the DNC to give them a much-needed boost. The completely virtual convention means an anticipated $200 million in revenue will no longer be coming into that city.
Now, Aaron White is here with a look at your first warn weather, and really a beautiful start out there and a beautiful Thursday on the way, Aaron.
Yeah, it certainly is. We have plenty of sunshine to start off your Thursday morning, and we're going to continue that right on through the afternoon. Just a few clouds coming into play, but it's going to be another dry day, but also a little bit on the warmer side as we get into the afternoon. Starting off this morning, we are down into the 50s, but we'll warm up nicely right on to about 76 around lunchtime. High today around 80 degrees. Again, just a few clouds coming in later this afternoon. But this morning we are down into the 50s again, 55 in Janesville, almost 60 though in Monroe at 59, 59 in Mineral Point, and down to 51 in the Dells. And Doppler radar is dry. That's going to continue for today and tomorrow. As we get into the weekend, though, that's when things really start to change as we get more warmer air, some more humidity. It's going to help to fuel those showers and storms. So on Saturday, there is a risk of severe weather to the west in South Dakota and Nebraska. That risk does extend closer to the Twin Cities into extreme western portions of Wisconsin, but there is a chance we could see a couple thunderstorms on Saturday. Better chance will arrive going into Sunday as we see our rain chances increasing up to 40 to 50% Sunday into Monday. So as we look at future track going through the weekend, on Saturday, a few storms possible in the afternoon and evening. We will be dry Sunday morning, but as we get later in the day, watch what happens here as we start to see a few thunderstorms building up and possibly a complex of thunderstorms in Minnesota that's going to track across Wisconsin late in the day, Sunday into Sunday night. That's going to bring that potential for some severe weather. There is a risk of severe weather across much of Wisconsin into Minnesota for potential for damaging wind gusts and potential for heavy rainfall as well. So the rest of the First Warn team will have updates on that through today and tomorrow, right on into the weekend. But for today, enjoy it. Enjoy the sunshine. 80 degrees will be your high. South wind at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And a look at our extended forecast. We will see those temperatures warming up right on into the middle to upper 80s through the weekend. And the 80s are going to stay in play as we go into next week.
All right, Aaron, thank you. Continuing coverage of the shooting on Madison's west side. The Tuesday night shooting at Garner Park is still under investigation this morning. And now we know at least 5 people were shot with other people injured while trying to run for their lives. I was at the scene all day yesterday morning when I saw what was left of the panic and fear of the 300 attendees as they were dealing with that there. 2 people have been arrested, but they haven't yet been connected to the shootings. Police say an AK-47 rifle, assault rifle, was used as one of the guns there. They believe some people at the gathering shot back. The event was meant to be a celebration of the life of recent homicide victim Maurice Bowman. He was shot to death less than 2 weeks ago on Schrader Road. His family didn't want the event to get out of hand and never could have imagined what was to come.
6:38 right now. Police are looking for a man they say attacked a runner on the Capital City Trail last night. Fitchburg police say it happened near the Great Dane off of Fish Hatchery Road around 6:30 yesterday evening. The victim is a 27-year-old woman who says that a man came out of the woods and asked for money and then grabbed her. Police say she was able to get away and call 911. She was taken to a hospital with minor injuries and is expected to be okay.
The Milwaukee Fire and Police Commission could fire that city's police chief today, but the Milwaukee Police Department says what they're doing is illegal. In a 25-page document, the Milwaukee Police Department details the issues it has with directives handed down by the FPC 2 weeks ago now. In order to keep his job, the commission ordered Chief Alfonso Morales to do a range of things, including providing documents about certain cases and changing the department's tear gas policy. A deputy attorney wasn't able to give a legal opinion by the directive's deadlines. Tonight's meeting is going to be the commission's first since those deadlines passed. In Minneapolis, a directive to disband the police department altogether won't be on the ballot this November. A Minneapolis commission says it needs more time to review the amendment. 10 of the 15 members say they're concerned the charter is being rushed after the death of George Floyd. The plan now is to put that amendment before voters in November of next year.
Let's take a look at the roads at 6:40 this morning and a wider look at the WIC-TV viewing area this morning. No crashes or major incidents to report out there. Closer look at the Madison Metro. A little bit more traffic volume along Park Street. Also Beltline picking up near Stoughton Road, especially in the eastbound lanes. There are your inbound drive times, though. Average speed in the Beltline 63 miles an hour this morning. That's your First Warn traffic. Let's take a live look outside as we kick things off. Beautiful shot of downtown Madison this morning. Going to be beautiful lake day, pool day, whatever you got planned should be good to go outside. Aaron White will have details on that and when things will be changing coming up in his weekend forecast.
All right, but before we go to break, I want to see who's turning 3 today. Happy birthday to Lydia and all the other kiddos. We'll be right back.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, inventor of MyPillow. Just like you, I had problems sleeping. I tried every pillow out there and nothing worked. 15 years ago, I invented MyPillow. It took me 2 years to develop because I wanted to have everything you would ever want in a pillow. I made sure that you could adjust my patented fill so you could have the exact support you need as an individual, regardless of your sleep position. I also wanted a pillow that would last, so I made MyPillow machine washable and dryable. I back MyPillow with a 10-year warranty and a 60-day money-back guarantee. Not only that, I do all my own manufacturing in my home state of Minnesota.
I really like the fact that it was made in the USA. I think that USA products are a better quality product. I've tried a lot of other pillows and nothing's worked like MyPillow.
I'm interrupting this commercial right now to give you deep discounts, not just on my pillows, but also my mattress toppers, sheets, and so much more. For example, you can get body pillows regularly $89.99, now only $29.99, or MyPillow dog beds for as low as $19.99 with your promo code.
I used to think that sheets were just sheets. I got the Giza Dream sheets. They are the most comfortable sheets I've ever had.
The Go Anywhere pillow is so easy to just roll up and take anywhere I want to go.
Go Anywhere pillow is really comfortable, so that's what I really like. It's nice and supportive, and it's nice and small.
The My Pillow Topper, for the first time, has enabled me to have a cool night's sleep. I'm able to go to bed and just get rest.
That's 3 inches of wonderful that's in the My Pillow mattress topper. It's just like a firm cloud.
My Pillow helps me get a good night's sleep so I can do my job in the morning.
Go to MyPillow.com to get deep discounts, not just on My Pillows, but so much more. For example, you get body pillows, regular $89.99, now only $29.99. Or My Pillow dog beds for as low as $19.99 with your promo code.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit MyPillow.com.
The Ford Summer Sales Event is here with great offers on a huge selection, like 0% APR financing for 72 months across the Ford lineup. And get peace of mind with the Ford Promise. It's summer, so grab the family and head out. It's easier now during the Ford Summer Sales Event. Right now, get 0% APR financing for 72 months, plus the peace of mind of the Ford Promise. See your local Ford dealer today.
Wisconsinites, we really don't need a special occasion to enjoy a cold beer from our favorite local breweries.
No, and if you were needing a reason to have a cold one today, it is National IPA Day. It falls on the first Thursday of every August. IPA is one of the most popular types of craft beers out there right now. We see them at local microbreweries. IPAs have a reputation of being bitter and hoppy, but they can also be crisper than other beers.
I'm a big fan of supporting local breweries, but I've been taking a lot of flack this morning for being a Busch Light fan.
Oh, yeah, just giving you a hard time.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah, I see, like IPAs, like I kind of got into them like a few years ago.
Feeling out the waters.
Feeling it out, seeing if it's something, yeah, I think expanding my brew palate.
They're so hoppy.
I guess they're very hoppy, and it is kind of an acquired taste. They are coming out with like more fruitier options, like grapefruits and more citrus tones.
That's right up Josh's alley.
That is, yeah. I love all the fruity drinks, of course. But, you know, I do love beer. I think it tastes good. I just don't like the after effects of it. I always feel so bloated and just disgusting after
that's the thing with the IPAs, too. I feel like they're just heavier than like a lighter beer or something like a Pilsner, maybe.
I'll stick with my White Claw and
there you go.
Other seltzer waters.
On brand, Josh.
You can't go wrong with that. All right, 6:45 right now. Looks like it's going to be a good day to get outside and enjoy it. Finally, I know this week I haven't had much for pool weather so far.
Yeah, today would be the day for that. Maybe even tomorrow as we see highs back to the lower to middle 80s. But today, fair amount of sunshine, a great start to the day here in Madison as we have that sun coming up and temperatures are warming through the 50s into the middle 70s by about noontime, 76. And your high today will top out right around 80 degrees. And as we look ahead to the weekend forecast, we have 82 on Friday, 84 on your Saturday. Note temperatures will be in the upper 80s on Sunday. Unfortunately, we are talking about the risk of thunderstorms coming into play late Saturday night. Better chance of storms will arrive on Sunday. So if you have any plans, Friday and most of the day on Saturday is looking okay. And I think even Sunday should be okay for early portion of the day. But those showers and storms we definitely will have to keep an eye on through the weekend.
Yeah, potential of getting severe later on in the weekend too, right, Aaron?
Yeah, certainly late Sunday into Sunday night, we're going to have to keep an eye on that as well. Could be talking about damaging wind gusts, some heavy rainfall back into southern Wisconsin.
All right, thanks, Aaron.
6:46 now, and before we head to break, we want to take a moment to appreciate the humanity that's often found in the depths of disaster.
The video we're about to show you is going viral this morning. An elderly Lebanese woman playing the piano as the cleanup in Beirut continues. Stay with us. The Morning Sprint is next.
Look Who's 3 is sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
The golf range and suites of By10's Golfland provide safe fun. Golf range buckets and balls are sanitized after each use, and high-touch areas are regularly sanitized. Full grill and bar service is provided safely to your golf suite by wait staff. Try fun, easy-to-play top tracer games like Go Fish, only at By10's Golfland.
You wash your cars and clothes and canines. You wash your cars and clothes and canines. You wash your cars and clothes and canines. At the Magic Wash. At the Magic Wash. Whoa.
If someone came to you and asked, what are you invested in? Would your answer be about mutual funds and money markets? Or would it be mutual relationships and farmers markets? Maybe both. At Thrivent, we believe money is a tool, not a goal. And with the right guidance, it can afford you a life rich in meaning and gratitude. By gaining financial clarity today, you can thrive with purpose tomorrow. To learn more, text THRIVE to 484848 or visit Thrivent.com.
Dear Summer, how do I make the most of you? Do I kick back and relax? Or climb new mountains? I could go and get dirty. Or switch into new lanes. One thing's for sure, it's gonna be great. Can't wait. Toyota.
Right now, you can get 1.9% financing for 60 months on a new 2020 RAV4 or RAV4 Hybrid. Toyota.
Dreaming of custom furniture, but you think high prices, sales pressure, and waiting for months and months? Come to Slumberland and design your way. Quick and easy, with no extra cost. First, pick your piece. Lots of styles, clearly marked. Next, pick your fabric. There's no extra charge here. Then, get it quick. Our orders are made fast. Plus, all custom furniture is on sale. Design your way, only at Slumberland Furniture.
Hey, Dutch boy, show me Mocha Red.
Okay.
Does it have a smooth, durable finish?
Yes, and it's 50% more stain resistant.
You still talking to Dutch boy?
Dutch boy, show me Sleepy Purple.
Okay.
Oh, would you look at that?
That's better.
He'll still help us paint, right?
With Dutch Boy's quality paint and Menards expert service, you can twist off to something great.
Right now at Menards, get 11% off everything, including Dutch Boy paint.
By10's Golfland offers 3 award-winning 18-hole miniature golf courses, 2 outside and 1 inside, all open day and night. Have peace of mind. Miniature golf clubs and balls are sanitized after each use, and high-touch areas are regularly sanitized. Enjoy safe fun for everyone at By10's Golfland.
Connect with News 3 Now on Facebook Messenger.
Welcome back at 6:51. Time for the morning sprint.
Almost all of Wisconsin's counties are now seeing high COVID-19 activity levels. It comes as DHS confirmed just under 900 new cases yesterday. That puts the state's total at more than 57,000 since the pandemic began. 17% of those cases are still active. The percentage of positive cases over the past 2 weeks is declining. Over 1 million people in Wisconsin have now been tested since the pandemic started.
UW-Madison will start COVID-19 testing on campus today. It'll happen on Henry Mall off of University Avenue and Linden Drive. Students and faculty can get tested by appointment. The State Journal reports the UW system hasn't collected COVID-19 case data for any students or staff across the state. UW plans to launch a dashboard with the data they get from this new testing site. It'll open for drive-up testing starting Tuesday.
Well, today is your last chance to register to vote for Tuesday's partisan primary at the clerk's office. You'll need proof of residency to get it done. That it would include a state driver's license, state ID card, a lease, or a bank statement. You can still register on the day of the election at your polling place. To find out where that is and to see if you're already registered, visit myvote.wi.gov.
Your UW student can vote early on campus starting today. From noon until 4 today, they can stop by tents at Library Mall, Engineering Mall, Desjop Residence Hall, and the Kohl Center.
Wisconsin National Guard is going to help polling places for the election. Clerks say they're 900 workers short and are still looking for volunteers. If you're interested in applying, contact your clerk's office or you can visit that same website I just mentioned, myvote.wi.gov.
Developing right now and keeping an eye on the president's Twitter account this morning after Twitter banned the Trump campaign's account from posting. It won't be able to tweet until it deletes a post labeled as harmful COVID misinformation. That post was a video clip of a Trump interview on Fox News claiming children were virtually immune from the disease. Health experts say while kids are less likely to die from COVID-19, they can still catch it and spread it. Facebook also removed that post.
President Trump says he's considering giving his Republican National Convention acceptance speech at the White House. The suggestion, though, raising some legal and ethical questions. The Hatch Act doesn't allow anyone to use government buildings and employees for campaign activities. Now, the president and vice president are exempt, but any White House or government employee who helps the campaign with the event would be at risk of breaking the law. Senator Ron Johnson weighing in on it to the Washington Post this morning. He says he doesn't think it would be legal and that Trump, quote, probably shouldn't do it.
Senator Johnson pushing ahead with his investigation into Joe Biden and Ukraine. Democrats have warned the Republican that he would be spreading Russian disinformation in the U.S. ahead of the 2020 election. Johnson has been targeting Biden's son Hunter and his ties to a Ukrainian gas company. The Washington Post reports he plans to publish the report by mid-September, just weeks before the election.
Take a look at this new video just into the newsroom within the last hour. Several of the murals celebrating Madison's black community were damaged overnight. A few weeks ago, we saw some racist graffiti on some of the murals near the comedy club. Now more murals are being painted over. You can see here Black Lives Matter is being crossed out and replaced with ALM, meaning All Lives Matter. Our photojournalist Mark Schilling found this graffiti along the 600 block of State Street.
Take a look at this new video out of Portland just in this half hour. For the 69th night, protesters are demonstrating against state and local officers there. They tried to break into the East Precinct and gathered near the federal courthouse. Police at one point thought an explosive was left outside of the precinct and closed nearby streets, but when they found it, it turned out not to be one. The crowds are noticeably smaller since federal agents left last week. Right now, investigators are trying to figure out what caused the deadly Beirut blast, which killed at least 135 people and injured 5,000 others. Negligence is believed to be the cause this morning, tied to how more than 2,000 tons of explosive fertilizer was stored. France's president is there this morning assessing the damage that's estimated to be up to $15 billion. Nearly 300,000 people are homeless today.
Today marks 75 years since the U.S. dropped an atomic bomb on Japan in Hiroshima. It was the world's first atomic bombing. People in Japan are gathering in remembrance this morning. The U.S. dropped that bomb on August 6, 1945, during World War II. It destroyed Hiroshima and killed 140,000 people. The U.S. dropped a second bomb 3 days later on Nagasaki, killing another 70,000. Japan surrendered less than a week later, ending the war.
A final look at the roads at 6:55 this morning. If you're heading out across Madison, we are still seeing a few delays popping up along Park Street. Looks like some more heavy delays popping up on Stoughton Road as you go between the Monona area there. And if you take a look at your inbound drive times, we're moving around posted speeds on the Belt Line this morning, heading into downtown using John Nolan. Should be good to go. That's your first warn traffic.
And as you head out this morning, we have a lot of sunshine across the area. That's going to continue right on through today as temperatures warm up into the 70s around noontime. High today right around 80 degrees. A beautiful Thursday coming our way. However, we do have changes in the forecast for the weekend. There is a potential for severe weather on your Sunday to Sunday night across Wisconsin. Damaging wind gusts and heavy rainfall looks to be the primary threats with that. So if you don't already have it, be sure to download our weather app, WISC Weather. You can get the latest weather updates through the weekend.
Thank you, Aaron. Thanks for joining us this morning, folks. Have a good one.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Flexible education means I didn't have to wait for a new semester to start classes.
Flexible education means I don't have to miss class when my sitter falls through.
Flexible education means I can meet with my instructor in person or online.
A1 Furniture and Mattress on Stoughton Road is now open, featuring affordable in-stock name brands for every room, with a huge selection that's hard to beat. That's why we're A1, locally owned and operated since 1980.
TSR Concrete Coatings is the nation's largest residential concrete coating company, proudly serving homeowners throughout Wisconsin. Our coatings are 4 times stronger